Hello everyone, it is Joey Tastic here, and today we have another Michael Jackson song meanings video. This is the second part. The first part is going to be in the description below. There's a link to it, so yeah. So the first song we're going to be talking about is Stranger in Moscow. This song was released 2 years after History. Well, it was released as a single 2 years after History. This song is typically about Michael Jackson walking all alone, no one understands him, and he feels like he's a nothing, and no one really understands him because, you know, all the tough times he's went through, and all the tabloids and everything. And there's a lyric in here when he's saying, "Oh, we're talking danger, baby." What he typically means here is that there's a lot of dangerous people in his life, and especially the people that called him a child molester, or said that he was a homosexual, or any of those other things. It's all tabloids, it's all the media. Don't buy it. So he's typically just like walking all alone. No one understands the guy. So that's what this song's about. And I think there was a reason why they picked it in Moscow, because I think he came up with this idea. He came up with the idea of this song in Moscow when he was performing in, I think it was Dangerous Tour. Yeah. The next song we are going to discuss is Tabloid Junkie. This song was a song on history. It was not a single, but it does have a really good message in it. The song is simply about Michael Jackson's conflicts with the tabloids, and his message here is, just because you read it in a magazine or see it on a TV screen, don't make it factual. What he means here is, just because what you see on the media, or just because what you see on a TV, a newspaper, a computer, or anything that you read on a newspaper, it's not always true. They're either doing it for attention, they're either doing it for money, or they're either doing it just to, like I said, grab people's attention. And Michael Jackson, according to him, says all this is totally false. And as MJ fans like me, I don't see him doing any of this stuff, including, being a pedophile or anything. So that's what this song is all about. The next song we're going to be talking about is Man in the Mirror. Man in the Mirror was not written by Michael Jackson. It was written by Seta Garrett. Seta Garrett was the lady who Michael Jackson performed with for another song called I Just Can't Stop Loving You, which was the first single off Bad. This was another single from Bad, and the song is typically about he's saying that, I'm starting with the Man in the Mirror, and this song has a good message about, like, if you want to make the world a better place, you just take a look at yourself in the mirror and make a change. So it's typically one of those songs that, like, we want to make this world better and stuff like that. The only problem is this song was not written by Michael, but I believe he meant everything he said according to this song. But he did write other songs like Heal the World and Earth Song, which also had to do with humanity and the earth and nature. So definitely, this is a very good song, and this is one of my favorites. The next song is Childhood. Childhood was a song written by Michael Jackson for History. This was a single along with Scream, which we discussed in part 1. Like I said, that video is going to be in the link in the description. This song is typically about Michael's terrible childhood that he had as a younger kid when he was in the Jackson 5. And it was typically, typically when he was a child, his father beat him up, he castrated him, he trapped him and everything, and there's a lot of documentaries all about that. And what he's saying in this video is that I had a bad childhood, and this is the reason why Michael Jackson did a lot of stuff that kids would do as an adult, because he never got to do that as a child. Like theme parks, video games, water balloon fights. He never did that as a kid. And sleepovers. That's why he would sleep with kids. And the reason he loved kids, because at that time, and I believe it's even today, kids don't start war, they don't start tabloids, and a lot of kids, especially little kids, Michael Jackson never really hung out with teenagers. He mainly hung out with, like, little kids. One of his best friends was Macaulay Culkin, and he didn't think Michael Jackson did any of that. That was just for money and a lot of stuff. Just didn't make any sense. And he also had this other kid friend named Ryan White who died of AIDS. And yeah, but he did have a lot of adult friends like Chris Tucker and Eddie Murphy and Paul McCartney and all these great artists. So yeah. And the last song we're going to be discussing here is Leave Me Alone. Leave Me Alone was a song for Bad, and this was not, this wasn't during the child molestation thing. This was during the time when the media started saying things about Michael, of him sleeping in an oxygen chamber and all this other stuff. And this video was, the music video for this was in Moonwalker, I think, and it took place in like a theme park. And it had like Bubbles, and Bubbles was his pet chimpanzee, and he had a bunch of animals, and well, that's why he had a petting zoo in Neverland. He had all the animals in there. He had Muscles the snake. I think he had like a giraffes and elephants, all this amazing exotic stuff. And typically, the title says it all. They wouldn't just leave him alone, and that kept going on in his life, especially in the 2000s. But in the 2000s, that's when he had children, and that's when he got all screwed up because of the paparazzi and everything. So yeah, and if he was still alive today, he would not be happy with this world. He would not be happy. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. The next video will be a Nintendo related video, or a singing cover, I don't really know. But definitely either or. I'll see you guys in the next video, everybody.